Jon Stewart torched Donald Trump's turn against free speech in his own particular satirical way last night on The Daily Show. He came back. He's normally on Mondays. He came for Thursday, and he sort of remade the show in a state media sort of flavor to comply with the apparent, very explicit demands of the dear leader. You can see him right there. He's got gold everywhere, which, as we all know, is classy and not gaudy at all. And here's a few of the things that he said. He introduced the show as the new government-approved Daily Show. We have another fun, hilarious, administration-compliant show. And throughout, whenever people would like laugh at a joke that would be critical of Donald Trump, that sort of thing, he would play with like, "You're gonna blow this for us." He was very in character throughout. He at one point had to cover. He said that Trump's skin was perfectly tinted, and he also had to update his own pronunciation of Azerbaijan to match Donald Trump, who called it, I think, Azerbaijan. Trump also claimed to have found peace between them and the Albanians instead of the Armenians. So he updated his understanding of world geography to comply with the dictates of the dear leader. And then he said this: "Now, some naysayers may argue that this administration's speech concerns are merely a cynical ploy, a thin gruel of a ruse, a smokescreen to obscure an unprecedented consolidation of power and unitary intimidation, principleless and coldly antithetical to any experiment in a constitutional Republican governance. Some people would say that. Not me, though. I think it's great." And I really like Jon Stewart. I'm really worried about him losing his job. I did think this was a clever way to pursue it. And I think when I throw to Brett, he's gonna love it. I liked it, but I kind of would have liked him to just burn the house down. I know that that's not necessarily his approach recently, but I like the righteous indignation Jon Stewart. The funny satirical Jon Stewart's good too, but considering that now 2 comedians have been fired for this administration, I would have liked to have seen more bite. I don't know, Brett, what do you think?
So here's a compromise offer: is Colbert Report comes back.
But I think he did do a little bit of that yesterday, Colbert.
I don't know, I didn't see it, but like, bring the show back.
I
Just
do
go
think
back to back again. Like, the reason that Colbert got the job.
Wait, don't jump. That's a great idea, actually. I don't know that he would want to do that, but they should do that.
They should do it, because this is exactly the time for it. This is exactly what to do. So just remember, my mom always asks, how do they come up with that stuff? And the answer is, they think of it, and then they talk about it, and then they develop a script. And so what they probably did is they had the idea, and they're seasoned, like the creator of The Daily Show has in the past told me personally, like, if you have a concept, make sure that it has legs, that it can get it through. If not, kick out. You start with the concept, so they probably went about writing it and were like, how long does this make sense for? If I do need to make a turn, how do I do that? I do need to get in the conclusion. You already read the very wordy Jon Stewart-y, like they also have this in South Park where they just tell you what the lesson is at the end.
Yeah.
He did that, right? The way that he interpolated that into the script is to do the very wordy thing and say, but not us. The alternative, if they felt like they couldn't make it through the script the whole time, is they'd be like, you know what, I can't do this anymore. And then they change what's on the monitor and bring it back to normal. And there's, signs or something like that. That would have been the option, but it did make its way through. Remember, it's gonna be back to normal probably next week, or it won't. If they feel the people that you already trust with writing and performing these monologues, if they think it'll last and they find a good way to do it, they'll do it. If not, they're very good at this and they'll kick out.
Do you, so let's say we have the option. You bring back Colbert Report. I assume you'd prefer that to them like spinning off a new show for his Tuck Buckford character.
I don't even know who that is, so.
Oh, it's Tuck Buckford is Stephen Colbert's character who hosts a show called Brain Fight. And it's his Alex Jones character rather than like O'Reilly character.
They tried this. Klepper had a show that was kind of like that. So I don't know. And they'll see what they can do. So the fact is that the reason that Colbert got Letterman, in my opinion, is because they were looking at what late night types of voices are successful here in the Viacom family. And we had just gotten out of 20 years of people saying this line at every goddamn meeting I took in Hollywood, which was, more people get their news from the Daily Show than from the news.
Yeah.
And so they just put that in late night, and it's there. And Kimmel who did the Man Show. So his pedigree of being like, I'm just gonna be who I want on TV. Like, I don't know, they ended up doing late night. They all ended up doing Jon Stewart, but their voice of it, I never really laughed hard at Colbert. I like the Colbert Report thing more. I think it underscores his strengths more, but again, and those aren't like the edgy comedies either.
Yeah.
Like this isn't, that wasn't dangerous. That's what's so crazy is what they're offended by is on network. And it's not like network got crazy. It's still network. Trump is just such a wuss bag.
Yeah, and I'll end on this. A lot of the responses to my recent tweets are like we or Trump would care about some old late night. I was like, the dude never stops talking about them. Like, that he was talking about them today. As you're saying that, Trump was talking about Kimmel. Stop pretending you don't care. You're responding to a tweet about Kimmel. You clearly care too.